The old house stood at the end of a long, winding road. It had been empty for many years, its windows dark and empty. Local legend said that it was haunted, inhabited by restless spirits who roamed the halls at night. Sarah, a curious young writer, had always been fascinated by the supernatural. She decided to rent the old house, hoping to find inspiration for her next horror novel. As soon as she stepped inside, she felt a strange, disturbing presence. The house was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the creaking of the old floorboards. Night after night, Sarah was tormented by strange noises. She heard whispers in the dark, felt cold currents that seemed to come from nowhere, and saw shadowy shapes moving in the corners of her room. One night, she woke to find a cold hand resting on her shoulder. She screamed and threw herself out of bed, but when she turned around, there was nothing there. Determined to uncover the truth about the house, Sarah began researching its history. She discovered that a family had lived there many years ago, and that a terrible tragedy had occurred. The family had been murdered, and their spirits were said to be trapped in the house. As Sarah delved deeper into her research, the haunting became more intense. Objects moved on their own, doors closed, and she often felt as if she was being watched. One night, while sitting at her desk writing, she heard a faint scratching sound coming from the attic. She slowly made her way up the creaking stairs, her heart pounding in her chest. When she reached the top of the stairs, she opened the door and looked into the darkness. Her eyes widened in horror as she saw a pair of glowing eyes staring back at her. With a horrified scream, she turned and ran. UFO. Sarah may have found a strange object hidden in the house with a dark and sinister history. Recurring nightmare. Sarah may have recurring nightmares about spirits haunting the house. Encounter with spirits. Sarah may have a direct encounter with one or more spirits.